Okay, so I'm looking at something. So I'm looking at the HOA, and it says, so it has all students, numbers 1 through 6. Number 6 says post feedback to another group on the lesson 5 WPO sections 1-2 board by the end of the week. So I clicked on that link, and it says you're not currently enrolled in any of the groups the submission folder is associated with.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Wait, where did you see that bullet point or that you had the comment?
Okay, so go to HOA.
Okay, I'm there.
And all students, and it's like number 1, 2, 3, 4 is the bullet points, 5 bullet points, and then 6. Post feedback to another group on the WPO section 1-2 board by the end of the week. See calendar. So I clicked on that. Can you click on that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it takes me to it. It's like you don't have submit. You don't have.
Whatever. Yeah, mine is the same thing. You don't have access, or
yeah, you're not enrolled in it. Well,
I can't do that.
Oh wow. That's
guess we can just discuss the questions that are there and
not
do the other part, I guess.
I'm good with that. Yeah, let's do the group one.
Okay.
Okay, so should we start with 4, right? As a group discuss the following regarding Anatomy of Peace Part 2?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Oh. Wait, I'm in lesson 5. That's why I'm really confused. Does it do that for lesson 4? Maybe that link will work next week. Maybe it won't. Oh, because there is no link. Never mind.
On 4.
In lesson 4, yeah, but lesson 5, there's still, never mind. Forget what I was talking about.
Okay.
How did we like part 2 of the book also?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
I feel like this is still so much easier to read than like a textbook or
yeah. I still thought it was going to be a lot harder to understand, but it's not bad at all.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, so we're identifying each box.
I feel like there's a bunch of there's like 4 or 5 different boxes, I think.
Right? Yeah. I think the box was on page 91.
Yeah, there's one box there, and then there's like another one.
91.
Then they have like the better than box and the I deserve box.
Oh yeah.
Need to be seen as box. There's a bunch of them. So I don't know.
Which one should we start with?
You can do the one on like 91 and just go through and
go
do
from
the
there.
ones that come.
Sounds good.
I don't know what the title of like the one on page 91 though is. Like I don't know what kind of box it is.
Yeah, because on 92 it says like the choice diagram. And it says betray the sense, and then it has the 4 boxes.
Would you call it the choice box then? No, there's the choice diagram.
Yeah. Well, it has like betray the sense, and then it has like an arrow pointing to it. So I don't know if it's like under that wing or whatever you call it.
Yeah, like this is what happens like when you betray your sense.
Yeah.
Like, doing
these are the
right.
results.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. So So I guess it's kind of betray the sense.
Okay. Should we go to like a different one, or I don't know exactly what we need to talk about with each one.
It just says, which box do you find yourself in, and how does it impact your judgment?
So of the 4, I think there's 4. Of the 4, which one you find yourself in?
I feel like it depends on the situation, but I've probably been in each one of these boxes at least at some point.
Yeah, I feel like you're not really stuck in one.
I feel like the need to be seen as box is a very like easy one to get into because that's like you're worrying about like what they will think if you do something or if you don't do something or how people will see you. Like I think that's a very common one.
Yeah.
Like, oh, people are watching me, not like in a bad way necessarily, but just like, oh, I have to act this way because someone's watching, not necessarily because that's how you wanted to act or if that's how like you innately feel like you should act.
Yeah.
Which one is that one page on?
117.
How do you feel like those 4 boxes impact your judgment?
I mean, if you're constantly thinking about what others think of you, it definitely disrupts your judgment. I mean, it's sometimes hard to like ignore what other people are thinking, but like some of the things that it says, like anxious and afraid, needy and stressed, overwhelmed, dangerous, judgmental, threatening, like an audience that's always watching you. Those are all going to impact your judgment.
Yeah, or if you're feeling like all the time like stressed out and anxious because people like it's gonna affect what you actually go and do because you don't want to like I don't know because like you feel that way and even if you act a certain way you're still like you still feel that way like oh was that right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't like
I know when I'm anxious I don't act the same way as when I'm like not.
Yeah.
And act on impulse or
I think which where is it?
Okay, so then we need to go back to the choice diagram.
Yeah.
Next question.
Because they like it's at the beginning and then later like then they expanded on it and they kept adding stuff to it.
Yeah, it started on 92. Was it 92?
Yeah.
And then I see on like page 133 they added like more and more to the choice diagram.
That like the full when it's full diagram.
Is all the parts on that part?
It looks like more.
Oh yeah, 133 has it all.
I don't know if we explain it.
I feel like this diagram is very easy to relate to like promptings of the spirit. I don't know. You felt that too, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I think it makes sense like because like you have like the sense or the desire like that was like in him, like, oh, I probably should go help him, and then like it's like you said, if it's a prompting, like you follow it and it works, or you don't, and then like you went against what you had felt you should do.
Yeah.
That's a really good example.
Which I feel like you're exactly as the choice is put. You're either honoring that sense or that desire, or you're betraying that. And betraying that betrays. I feel like that can connect to betraying your way of. I don't know. And then your heart goes because of the 4 boxes, whatever it may be.
And I think somewhere in there they said like when you have like that like desire or like the thing of like, oh, I should do that, how it said like that's not anything to do like what the world thinks you should do or what people will think of you, like it's just like what you actually felt would be a good thing to do. It didn't like no one else's like behaviors or ideas affected like the first part of it.
It's like solely your judgment.
Yeah, and like the world part of it only comes into it later, like if you don't do it because of various reasons.
Yeah.
And the next 2 questions, like we kind of answered, but not all the way. But like, what happens when we honor the sense? I don't know. But it's like you did what you thought was good to do, so you're gonna feel good.
Yeah, it's kind of the opposite of some of these boxes. Like instead of feelings of angry and depressed, bitter and justified, kind of the opposite.
You build on your heart at peace. Like when you continue to honor the sense, like you're making that peace stronger. But I feel like when you betray that sense, you're kind of picking apart that peaceful feeling or that peace that's there, and that's why it goes to war.
And it also says like when you honor the sense that you continue to see them as a person and they're just like human and good and everything just as they were, but when you betray it, that's when like you started to think like, oh, it's because of this, or oh, his people have done wrongs to mine, and like he becomes like, it says, the object to blame because it went against something, so now he has to like think of a reason why he didn't help and like create all these problems or reasons for doing that.
That's where the justification comes from.
Yeah.
And this doesn't apply to like any of the questions, but there's one little quote in it that I liked. Like when Carol or whatever, she's asking, like when you want to do something and then you can't do it, but you still wanted to help, versus like not helping because you didn't even think of it. And I said, like, I started with a desire to help, but ended with a desire of contempt, where in your case, you started with a desire and ended with a desire to help. And they both had the same outcome of neither of them were able to help them, but one of them, like she wanted to and would have, but the other one didn't even think of it. So, like, the outcome didn't necessarily change it because neither of them helped the other person, but the one wanted to. So that's like your heart in the right place kind of thing.
I like that.
I don't think I have anything else to say about the book.
Should we move on to 5?
Sure.
together to decide which type of population/setting you would like to choose to complete your WPO. Then it gives us our options.
Do you guys have like what kind of populations do you want to work with, like in general? You can see if there's any like similarities.
Well, as far as experience goes, I have most experience with youth, geriatric, and then I did my internship with mental health. But I honestly am open to working with any population.
Okay, and all of my experience was the developmental disabilities and community rec, and I work like an adaptive summer camp. So.
Okay, I've done community too.
I've done some geriatric, and then mostly developmental or physical disability.
Okay.
Do you guys have a preference of what we choose?
But no, like I think adaptive programs are cool. That's something where I'd like to work, or even like the VA hospital rehab.
Okay.
I don't know, but
I think adaptive's pretty broad. It might be easy to.
Sure. I don't care.
Should we do adaptive programs or community recreation's easy too?
Yeah. My vote would be the community one, just because that's where I have my some experience, but the other
I
one's
have
also
some.
fine.
I don't mind doing that one.
okay, we can do that one. I don't know much about it, but I am willing to
Let's
learn.
try it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And then for the organization thing, it said we can choose like a pre-existing one and like go off of that, or just like create an organization and like pretend it's a real thing.
So it can exist, or we just make it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know which one's easier. Like if it'd be easier to have some sort of framework, or if it'd be easier
To just go off.
to make it up, or if it'd be harder to make it up because then there's nothing to go off of and you actually have to like
I like a template.
I was gonna say, I think if we can like research it, it might be a little bit easier.
Okay.
So we can just come up with an organization or research one.
And then
Does that mean we're making up the vision statements, or we're using the mission statement from the organization?
I don't know, I'm trying to look up the WPO assignment right now and see if it says anything more helpful. Oh, it has to be at least 30 pages long.
Oh my gosh.
That's so long. It says create the WPO for a facility or agency. Agency could be one of your choosing, either imaginary or real. It has to adhere to the APTRA standard of practice. That's all it says for that.
I bet if we use like a real organization, we can like kind of half make it up and half use it as a template, right? Or does it all have to be based?
Yeah, because like if we choose an organization, they already have like a vision statement. Like
Yeah, like they already have their mission statements and.
What? Because it says at the bottom of the HOA study group on number 10, it says post all 4 statements, 3 vision, and 1 mission, and the model on which you're basing. Wait, does the model mean with the group we're doing, or does that mean we need to pick?
Does that mean we need to pick an organization like now?
Model on which you are basing the organization's philosophy. I don't know.
I don't either, because for the model, it might be like this facility uses a leisure ability model, so it focuses on leisure education and like
That's what
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But if it's a real facility, do we just like plow into that, like make it up like, oh, this is what they do. Or
I think we can do that, like kind of half make it up and half base it on the organization that we choose.
okay. So I guess we have to choose one and write the vision statement.
Okay, and I figured out we can't edit the shared folder. We can just look at it.
We can't edit it?
No. So you'll have to,
Okay.
you'll have to send us links for the folder.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Organize and edit. Okay, I just sent you an invitation, I think, to the folder.
Oh, yeah.
But the only things in the folder are like the three, like
The 3.
pages we've done.
Okay.
So what kind of organization do we want to choose?
Have you worked with a specific one that you like or want to use?
I don't know. Over the summer, I worked for like the Salt Lake County Adaptive Recreation Summer Camp Program. So that was the only like real one that could work. But most of it, like, I don't really know what a WPO entails, so I don't know what exactly to
base it on. Don't we have to put the 3 vision statements and the mission statement in our folder as well?
Yeah.
So we have to write it out anyway, right?
Yeah, like we can have someone like add it to a document.
Because we can always research some maybe and then like figure out what the WPO entails and then maybe make a list or something on our document in our group and then choose one together. Because it might take some researching to see.
Yeah, because I feel like at this point, if we choose an organization, it's just kind of like a random one.
Yeah.
Which works, but I don't even know which one to randomly choose.
Yeah.
Because it could be like any facility anywhere. Like
anything.
We can be like, just do a random, like, let's choose the city of, I don't know, like Honolulu's recreation program. Like, we could just choose something random. Because I don't know.
Okay, so maybe we should just make up the mission statement. Oh wait, I guess we have to base it on the organization, huh?
And that's where I don't know what kind of organization. It has a little, like, in the instructions, it has this little website about, like, an example one, like the VA's vision statement. But I don't know if we just, I don't know, choose a random facility and just go from there, and we'll make one up randomly. Because I think initially she said, or somewhere in there it said, if anyone has like an internship place they might want to work for or someplace they might want to work, it'd be nice to have like a WPO written for that you could possibly implement if like you end up working there or interning there or something.
That would be nice.
So if anyone has like any facility, we could just like choose it and go with it.
I did my internship. I did it at Utah State Hospital, but if you guys have somewhere that you're going to, then we can do that too. If not,
I mean, I have one that I've looked at, which actually has. Okay, so here's one. Do you want me to read one? Places philosophy.
yeah, go for it.
So this is the South Davis Community Hospital Recreation Therapy Department. So philosophy. The recreation therapist assesses, plans, and implements treatment through patient participation in a variety of group and one-on-one experiences. The interventions are designed to improve the patient's social functioning, leisure ability, daily life, and coping skills, self-esteem, spiritual needs, cognitive awareness, and when appropriate, integration back into the community.
So that's like a mission statement, right?
I think so. I don't know if every place necessarily like lists them as vision statement and mission statement.
Yeah.
It might just have a general like thing that they kind of look at.
Like this one says their mission: we pledge our skills, creativity, and dedication to the service of our patients and their families, the community, and the medical profession. Our guiding principle is a resolute commitment to excellence, and our standard for measuring performance is not just accomplishment, but superior accomplishment. And then we will never waver from our purpose of delivering exceptional care with an attitude of personal involvement and regard for each and every patient.
And what facility was it, or what?
This is the South Davis Community Hospital. Oh, here's, they have a mission statement. We provide comfort, overcome challenges, create opportunities, and inspire success. That's their mission statement.
I mean, if we wanted to go more medical, we could base it off of that. I don't think it would work as well as for adoption, but
For like a community.
I think we're fine with whatever. Like I don't have any like super big purposes. Like I think it's just choose something and go with it, even if it's not like directly applied to what we're gonna do later. We still like wrote one and it was still good.
okay. We can try basing it off that then, and if we end up changing it, then we can end up changing it. It's not a big deal, I'm sure.
Okay. Okay. So do you think we should like, do we like have to think of them and like type them up like while we're doing this? Or
I think we can just probably put them in the folder.
I don't know. Do you think you're saying right at the
mission state or the vision statements, right?
yeah. I feel like it'd be harder if we could try and do it right now, but I don't know if we're supposed
I think
to do
we can
it.
research it on our own and type them all up, then it'd be easier.
Okay.
If we can do that, like in the study group folder, right?
Yeah. I think that would work.
Yeah, I think that'll work.
So what? I guess I'm confused. What are we supposed to research? Like I don't. This is hard.
I mean, we can come up. I mean, we don't have to research. We don't have to base it on anything. I don't think. I think we could totally make up vision statements if we wanted to, right?
Yeah, like we could just say like our vision is to help them do this and this, and the mission like
Kind of like what you just read. Like we could take 3 parts of that and make it our vision statement. I don't think it has to be exact as a different organization. You can just make it up.
We'll just write through things like that are good things to accomplish.
Yeah.
And make sure like they fit the setting. Like if we're in like developmental disabilities, like write something that applies to that, but it could be anything. Like.
So we're doing community recreation again. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, that's
okay.
So anything that applies to community recreation, we come up with, I think, 3 vision statements and then one mission statement.
Yeah, because mission is like the most broad, kind of like little short ones, and then the vision are not, they're a little longer, but they're still not too long, but they kind of explain the mission one better.
Okay.
And then do we know what model we're basing it off of?
I honestly don't remember a whole lot of the models. The only one I can think of right now is a leisure ability model. But I know there's a bunch of other good ones.
Which leisure ability model might be good for community rec?
Yeah, because it's like, at the beginning, like, I don't know, like they learn more, then you become less involved as they like go up.
Yeah.
What chapter did we read this week? I'm trying to look up where it, never mind, I found it. I think for like creating the statements, we could just, should we put it on like this week's study group thing, or should I create another document that's just about like the mission?
You want to just create another document like with the with the 3 bullet point, or isn't there 3 bullet points?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we can just kind of write in what model we're gonna do if we just do leisure ability.
Okay.
And then 3 vision statements and a mission statement.
We can like, yeah, just like, I'm probably gonna like find an example and like see what parts of it I like.
Yeah. And we can just like put our ideas on there and then narrow it down if we have to.
That sounds good to me.
Okay. And then we all have to do I think you made a document for it, like discussing the insights and the concepts in the Anatomy of Peace Part 2. We'd all do that individually, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, like how does it apply to you personally and professionally and that stuff.
Perfect.
Yeah, I just have, I'll just make this document I have open, I'll just make that into it, and then we can each just do colors and put our insights and answer those 3 questions.
Okay, perfect.
I think we can get into that.
Yeah, we can get into it. I think I just opened it.
Yeah, you're in it. I see that.
And then when we stop this, I'll take the link and then I'll submit it and I'll put it on this week's thing in case we need it again.
Awesome. Are we good on time then?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know exactly how long, but
I don't either. I don't remember.
I feel like this was good and long.
Okay.
Cool.
We'll communicate in the document then.
Okay.
Our ideas. Okay.
Sounds good.
Talk to you guys later.
Okay. Bye-bye.